So, new recording environment.
New recording environment.
Yeah.
I feel very delicious dish in here.
I don't even know what that means.
You know,
delicious dish.
Alec Baldwin went on SNL and they did the Sweaty Balls episode. That NPR show was delicious dish.
Yeah. It was a nice weekend. Saw lots of turkeys on my land.
That video was amazing.
Wasn't that funny?
I've turkey hunt so many times in my life, and I've never seen what you had happen on your driveway.
I know. My daughter, when she first recorded that, when she walked out to see them, she didn't think they were right there because they were in the backyard whenever she went down the stairs.
Oh.
And she popped around that corner, and those turkeys were right in the middle of the driveway. She said she recorded that, and as soon as they took off running, where she stopped recording, she screamed and ran back inside. She's like, I thought they were coming after me.
I could see that.
So... yeah.
Turkeys are vicious, or they can be.
Well, especially whenever they're at that. That's two guys brawling. Wearing bras? No. Brawling.
Brawling.
Yeah,
fighting.
Fighting over some lady turkeys.
Get the lady.
They wanted the ladies.
We watched so much old SNL this weekend, so I've got all of my one-liners just queued up, ready to go.
Well, I went to the zoo this weekend and saw a baguette in a cage.
A baguette?
A baguette.
Just a long piece of skinny bread?
Yes. The zookeeper said it was bred in captivity.
I didn't know you were setting me up for your dad joke.
Yes.
Bred in captivity. There you go. Mike, what are we talking about today?
I wanted to go over some of the rumors of the up-and-coming iOS release. So,
okay.
WWDC is going to be coming up, and they're going to be announcing most of the rumors for iOS 13 and WatchOS 6. So I just kind of wanted to talk about what rumors are going around about it.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Lunchtime Tech Talk. I'm Chad.
I'm Mike.
And yeah, today we're talking about WWDC.
Yeah.
Worldwide Dongle Conference.
That is a good joke.
You like it?
That is actually really good because Apple is notorious for making dongles now.
I know. That one just came to me.
That was good. Yes. I like it. Wow.
Yes.
Can we copyright that? Is that a thing?
Maybe.
Worldwide.
Copyrighted, trademarked, and registered.
So yeah, the new stuff's getting ready to be kind of put out there, for developers. So we won't know everything come June, whenever WWDC is, but we will know a lot of the little things that will be released in the new software that will be released in the fall.
Okay.
So iOS is the operating system that Apple uses.
Right.
Right now we're on 12.
Dot something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 12 was kind of like the improvement type thing. There were rumors that they were going to do this whole revamp in 12, like all of these updates, but then people were like, why is everything broken? Nothing works on 11. 11 struggled.
Okay.
So in 12, they just basically fixed everything, made it run smoother.
Gotcha.
So in 13, this is supposedly one where they're going to do a whole bunch of changes to it.
Okay.
So one of the more popular ones that's been talked about for, a couple of years, dark mode.
Yeah, I've seen people with dark Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a dark mode fan, that supposedly is coming. But there is a benefit to it because a lot of the new phones, like the 10S and the 10S Max, use OLED screens. Mm-hmm. And so if they make dark mode, not gray mode, they make it black mode, then those pixels that are black are not lit up on your screen. So it can save battery. So anywhere that you see true black on a screen, it's not using
off.
energy. Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of a cool feature. You might get a little bit of a power advantage to it. I don't know how much, but
Interesting.
if you got the big phone and the majority of your screen is off when you're using it because most of it is in dark mode, that could save battery.
Yeah, so like right now, we're recording using voice memo, and like the bottom third of your screen is black with like, of course, with the stream running through it. But like, is that black off?
No, it's gray.
It's gray.
Yeah. If you look at the new version of the Twitter app, you'll see actual
You can tell.
black. Yeah, it's like you can tell that it's like a deep black.
Neat.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of a cool feature. I'm excited to see it. I'm hoping that they implement it really well because I like dark mode, but if it's like too much dark mode, it can be kind of like, I don't know, bland. Sometimes you want a little bit of lightness.
You need a little white light coming through.
Right, yeah.
To brighten up your day.
Yeah. So something I use a lot, which I'm kind of excited to see the revamp, but also nervous about it, is I don't use Find My Friends, but I use Find My Phone a lot.
Yeah.
And they're going to combine these two apps. And the big benefit of it is I can basically find all of my Apple devices. So since my family's on the family Apple ID thing with me, my daughters have their own, my wife has their own, I have my own, and we're all under one family. I can go in there and I can see where all their devices are.
Okay.
This is great whenever you have a teenager and she goes out with her friends and you want to make sure she is where she says she is.
Yeah, because, teenagers.
Exactly. Trust her, but you just always got to have that little bit of an edge.
We were all teenagers once.
Yeah, so they're going to revamp this one, which I don't know, it could be neat. I don't know how they're going to revamp it, but they're going to bring them both together because it doesn't make sense to have two separate apps.
Sure.
So I don't use the Find My Friends because I don't think my friends need to know where I'm at all the time. It's kind of a weird thing for me. I know that's like a Snapchat thing.
Yeah, it is on Snap. Although, so I have probably less than 15 friends on Snapchat. So it's not a huge thing that I use with a lot of people, but but the people that I use it with, that's like the only way we communicate.
Yeah.
Is through Snapchat. But I think only me and my sister and one of my nieces have that turned on because they're the only people I ever see on the
so you can turn it on.
You can turn it on and off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
you can
good.
choose whether you're visible.
Yeah, because I don't really care like for like my wife and my kids to know where I'm at. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong, but it's
so
like,
secretive.
It's
Mike.
like I don't want you to text me and be like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing at Lowe's?" And I'll be like,
"That's weird."
That's
Stop
creepy.
that.
Stop it. Because back whenever that stuff was like happening, remember back whenever like Foursquare was a thing, and
you
could check in,
everywhere.
and then Facebook brought it in, and
then you got home and your house was robbed because everyone knew you were out.
This was the fear, right?
Right.
I would have relatives say you shouldn't post whenever you're at the store because then people know that you're away.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, first off, you knew I was at the store, so that's really, really frustrating.
Right.
Secondly, I don't think people rob you because they see your Facebook profile or your Snapchat location.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be wrong. I don't know anybody that's happened to.
Yeah.
So
they do say like, and I think this is probably sound advice, but like, don't post ahead of a vacation that you're going on vacation.
Yeah.
But again, all of us have our profiles set to somewhat private.
Now we do.
Right.
Back then,
now.
probably not. It's just everything's public.
Nobody who wants to rob me, I'm not friends with them on Facebook.
What? You don't just friend people over at the jail next door?
No, I don't tend to walk across the street and get contact info.
You're not one of those people that just want to collect as many
I just need
friends.
a pen pal. I just need a pen pal to get me through my lonely nights.
I know you murdered somebody, but you probably need a friend.
Probably.
By the way, I'm going on vacation next week.
Right. Here's my address.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, the Find My Friends, Find My Phone combination thing could be cool. There's something that they're supposedly going to add called Find Network. I couldn't really get a lot of information on this, but basically it was to find devices that are outside of the network that are yours. So I don't really get how that could work. I don't know if it's going to be using like Bluetooth beacons or what it's going to be. That's the only thing I can think of, is that they're going to come up with like, you know, those little tiles?
Yes.
Something like that you could like maybe like...
So something that isn't part of the Apple ecosystem?
Well, I don't even know if it'll be that. Well, everything's got Bluetooth, right? Like your laptop has Bluetooth, your phone has Bluetooth, your AirPods have Bluetooth.
My notebook doesn't have Bluetooth.
Your notebook doesn't have Bluetooth, but your Apple devices have Bluetooth. So I'm wondering if they're going to enable something inside of your devices that will make them act like that type of beacon. Like, you know how the tile works? It basically figures out where you are, from what I understand, based off of like...
Does it triangulate pings or something?
Yeah, like other Bluetooth devices around it, and it sees them and it knows where it's at based off of that. Wizards.
Wizards, that's right.
It all comes
We've
back to
discussed
them.
this before. The wizards.
There's a baby wizard in there. And
yes.
he casts a spell and you know where it's at.
Right.
So no, I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, or they could come out with their own little tile thing. Maybe they're going to come out with their own little stickers that you stick on stuff that look like little apples. So all of your stuff has apple stickers all over it.
Even my notebook.
Even your notebook.
Neat. That'd be okay.
Yeah, it'd be neat to be able to locate things that are not connected to the network.
Yeah.
Through wizards. Yeah, there's something else that they're going to do with iMessage. I guess they're going to allow profile pics, which I thought they already did, and maybe some display name stuff. And then you can modify who can see certain things and who can't see certain things. A lot of this is very vague.
Well, so I can have a picture next to your contact information,
yes.
But like I can't have my picture display across everybody that I'm talking with. So that's a profile pic.
So you're thinking, I don't know how Snappy Chat works, but does a Snappy Chat, whenever you do that, do you have like a profile pic?
Yeah, mine's my Bitmoji.
Okay, yeah, I've got one of those. I do like Bitmojis.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't know if Snapchat made the Bitmoji.
They're at least very intertwined.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I use from that. I'm a Bitmoji fan. So a profile pic might be kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be like Facebook.
I guess. They said that these are a lot of features that like WeChat has.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Well, apparently it's...
Is that French? Is that yes chat?
Oui. Apparently it's the most popular messaging service in the world.
Of course it is.
Because China
never
uses
even
it.
heard of it.
Yeah, well, China uses it,
okay.
so it's pretty popular. I've never opened the app, looked at the app, because I don't have anybody to WeChat with, and I don't want another service.
Is that from Nintendo? We would like to play.
No, it's not WII.
What were those little... Because those little guys had a name too.
They were... what were those little guys? Oh my gosh. Meemojis. Is that what it was?
No, that's not it.
So, if we only had devices...
Hold on.
that we can look this up with.
I'm looking.
Gosh.
So I just opened my phone, and the first thing that popped up was a picture of a snake. Because I had a snake in my garage last night.
You had a snake in your boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Yeah, they were called Miis. M-I-I.
Oh, so they were...
Mii characters.
They were like...
These little guys.
Yeah, little Miis.
So it was... You could have your Mii on your Wii.
Yeah.
That's right. WeChat.
There we go.
That was a... We digress. It's fine. We digress.
So anyways, back to what we were saying. iMessage is going to get some updates, so could be some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people love iMessage.
I'm bummed with all the people in my ecosystem that are starting to get Androids because...
The little greens?
Yes.
Little green bubbles.
I don't love them. I don't love the little green bubbles.
And you know what's the thing is that it's not that they're green. It's that the functionality just completely breaks.
All of it goes away.
Yeah, like...
and it can be one. It's a literal bad apple spoils the bunch.
It really
I can
is.
have 9 people that I'm messaging with. And one of them has a stupid Samsung phone. Then everything goes green. And I get a million of these primary number change to whatever.
Yeah, that does.
I don't know what that new thing is.
We should look that up sometime.
We should look that up sometime.
I've noticed that too. After you pointed out that anytime somebody with a green bubble, it says primary number change. I don't really know what that is.
And it's every time they message you.
Yeah.
Or near it.
I don't know what the
near
deal is
every
with
time.
that.
Yeah.
You know, my Apple Watch does that sometimes.
Does it really?
Yeah, like I will send you a message or somebody a message, and it'll send it as a green bubble. Why does that do that?
I don't know.
Come on, Apple.
Come on, Apple.
That's a bad apple. Sorry, Brian Tong. We just stole your thing.
I didn't steal anything. I don't know who you're talking about.
I did. Brian Tong, he's a YouTuber who used to work for CNET.
Gotcha.
Does Apple stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he has bad Apple stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That pun was so easy.
It was. It
Yeah.
just kind of happened. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some really cool features with iMessage. But screen time, you don't use this yet, but you will probably be using screen time. You might use it for you.
I use it for me just to look at it and go, oh, gross.
Gross. I'm on this thing for that long? Yeah, well, some of the enhancements that I think they're going to do are going to be like restrictions type stuff. So they've already got a lot of really good restriction stuff for like kids.
Yeah.
On screen time, which has been great. But they're going to enhance it. And the reason why they're going to enhance this is because they're basically telling all the apps that are on their system that they can't be on there the way that they're doing screen time type stuff. So like if you go to an app store and you download like a monitoring app and you put this on your kid's phone and you're like, I'm being a good parent. I'm doing this, I'm doing it, monitoring what they're doing. What a lot of parents don't know is that whenever you give somebody that control, you're giving them full control over the device.
Oh.
So...
Sure, of course.
Yeah, so whatever the company is that you've downloaded the app from on your iPhone and you've said, I'm going to turn this on, it's basically a VPN connection. And that organization they could literally wipe the phone. They could pull anything off the phone that they want. Now, does it benefit them to...
not do that?
No, or to do it. I mean, it just depends on what the company's after. If they're mining data, then yeah, it helps them. But if they want to stay in business as an app that is like parental control, probably not a good idea to anything shady.
Right.
So, but with screen time, it's all controlled on your device through your iCloud services. So
again, safe.
It is safer, yes. You don't have to worry about some third-party company opening up the microphone and listening to what's going on in your kids' rooms.
Right. God, that's so... just whether they're doing it or not, the thought that that's a possible thing is just so weird.
It's different because it's an iPhone or an iPad, right? You just don't think about these things, and they don't promote it as that's what's happening.
Right.
But if you knew that this was happening on your personal computer, you wouldn't let people in on that.
Right.
You wouldn't just be like, okay, here's an open connection. I want you to monitor everything. It's like, whoa.
But it's your phone, and so you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just fine.
Yeah. Well, and I'm even thinking about, like, my wife uses her phone as a mirror a lot. She'll open up the camera or whatever and put on makeup or whatever she needs. And, like, people just, I mean, your phone is the only thing in life that you just have with you all the time.
All the time.
No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
And to know that, someone could just open up the camera.
I mean...
Or turn on the mic or whatever.
Yeah, to have full access to a device and be able to even wipe it. Like, what if something went wrong with their service, right?
Sure.
Like, they weren't doing anything wrong and you had all of your pictures and all of your notes and all this stuff set up, and then all of a sudden you just pick up your phone one day and it's wiped because some process on this back end service just erased everything.
Or they get hacked.
Yeah.
You know?
No thanks.
Right? How strong is their security where they were? Yeah.
You would hope. I mean, I don't know. They're pretty clever to be able to get people to open up their devices. But Apple is having to pull back on those apps, and a lot of people are like ticked about it. But I don't know that a lot of people know how those apps actually function. Right.
So I saw, it might not have been this specific thing, but we're in the realm of what you're talking about here. Mm-hmm. There was a congressperson who was saying that Apple is getting dangerously close to a lot of antitrust stuff because they have a thing that they have an app that they'll sell you, but they also run the App Store. And so they can monitor the sales of apps or promote their own app higher than another app or whatever. And so they were saying that like they needed to kind of break some stuff up there. But in this case, like if they're going to just improve the functionality of a thing that comes on the phone to the point where you don't need an app anymore, like, I mean, that's in the realm of what that congressperson is talking about. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't care that they're doing that.
Right.
And by the letter of the law, it might be an antitrust violation, but I'm like, whatever, let them do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather them do this safer thing than have all these, you know.
Yeah, in the Apple ecosystem, that's called Sherlocking. Because if somebody makes an app and then Apple comes out with their own basically for free, like it just comes installed on the OS, like they basically just got Sherlocked. Like your whatever you built was a good idea, so good that Apple decided, you know what, we'll go ahead and build.
We'll just make that ourselves.
Yeah, kind of stinks for the individuals who make those apps.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's for these security apps, it's kind of a good thing. I hate to say it, but
yeah.
Those things are a little scary to put on your kid's phone and on your phone. And the new screen time enhancements will probably have enough stuff in there that you won't need these third-party apps to monitor and track. But the user interface is going to get some modifications, which I'm kind of excited about. The most minor thing ever, but now that it's been talked about, I noticed it and it drives me bananas, is the volume indicator. So whenever it pops up on your screen, you're watching a show and you hit the volume up button. If the UI hasn't been modified by the developers of that app,
you get the big gray box over everything.
Over everything.
I've always hated that.
It drives me bananas. And so they're going to supposedly put it up in the upper corner, make it real small or over the middle, you know, like you see with the Netflix app now. And I think, what's the other one I saw? Oh, Instagrams is really good. Like if you ever watch an Instagram video, the volume indicator is really tiny in the upper left corner. It's actually pretty good. I'm like, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Something really small, but just there so you see it.
Or at minimum, if you're going to make it 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches right in the middle of my screen, at least make it kind of transparent. Can I see through it?
Yeah. Significantly transparent.
And when it pops up, like everything else kind of goes dark.
Yeah.
Until it goes away.
And it stays there what feels like forever. I know it's only probably like a second
2 seconds.
or 2.
Yeah.
But it feels like forever.
Yeah.
So that's one of the updates that they'll probably do with the interface. And then there's going to be some new 3-finger undo feature that I think is only coming to the iPad where you swipe. So if you did something, you typed something, you could swipe 3 fingers over the keyboard.
Like the Hunger Games.
That's what that whistle was.
The 3-finger salute.
I instantly think just Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, we be loyal scouts?
I'm assuming that's the Boy Scout salute.
I thought it was... Is it 3 or 2?
I don't know. I was never a Boy Scout.
I was a Weeblo, and then a Cub Scout, and then a Wolf Scout.
Never even heard of Wolf Scout.
These are all the you got to go through the animals before you can become a boy. I'm a real boy.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, I did hear. I know there's eagle, which is like the ultimate.
The ultimate.
Like you're the badass of all Boy Scouts.
You're a boy for a long time, and then you can become an eagle. Because
like when you're 30.
I knew a lot of kids that I went to high school with that were Eagle Scouts, like around their senior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always thought it was like people in their like mid-20s.
You just have to check off a bunch of stuff, so it depends on how fast you can check it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the iOS 13 rumors.
Cool.
So yeah, some pretty neat stuff's gonna be happening. Real quick, WatchOS 6. There's not a lot of rumors out there, which is kind of interesting because they could throw anything at us. But the big thing, which I'm really hoping happens, is third-party LTE streaming access. So like Pandora, Spotify.
Right, because right now you said all you can do is Apple Music.
Apple Music and Apple Podcasts are the only things that can actually stream over LTE.
Right. You can have stuff pre-downloaded.
Yeah.
But for stream.
Yeah. So the podcast app is phenomenal.
Right.
That's what I mainly use. But I don't subscribe to Apple Music because $15 or whatever it is a month. I don't want to spend that money on music. I don't care. I've got Pandora that I can stream for free, but I can't get it on my watch. And I've got Amazon that I can stream for free. I can't get it on my watch.
That's right.
So hopefully, if they give access to third parties, I'll be able to stream those platforms from my watch.
That'd be nice.
So I go on a run, I could listen to some music.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. The other big thing, and this is a big rumor, is no phone required. So right now, no matter if you have an LTE version, you have to have a phone. So there's been rumor that now that they're on this will be their third generation of LTE watches coming out in the fall, that they'll allow people to buy these that do not have an iPhone.
Or that just don't want to tether them.
Right.
That'd be weird seeing people running around with Galaxy S10s and an Apple Watch.
Wouldn't it? I think you would lose, I don't know, it'd be kind of odd.
You lose your Android cred.
So what happens whenever you text somebody from your watch? And then you're on a separate text string, are you? Oh, that's going to be confusing. So if that happens, that's nuts. There's a couple apps that they're talking about that Apple might create. An audiobook app, which would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, if they allow the third-party streaming access, you could get Audible.
Sure.
But if Apple makes their own, that would be cool too. And then a calculator app. Why they haven't had this, I have no idea. But they also don't have a calculator app on the iPad.
Is the phone the only thing that has it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, and the MacBooks.
Well, sure.
But I don't know why they never put it on the iPad. It should just have always been there. But it doesn't have one. So yeah, I think rumor has it that they're going to put one on the watch, even though you can download third parties, but they're going to have their own. So yeah,
well, that's good.
That's all the updates for the Apple stuff.
Neato.
Yeah.
So I want to say one thing. I want to thank you for keeping me from spouting a bunch of random wrongness, because I saw pictures on Twitter of the new Apple phone, the new iPhone.
Yeah.
And with the 3 cameras and all that. And I was like, look at this. This is crazy. And what'd you tell me?
I told you that those are
fake.
Those are all fake. Fake news.
Fake news. So, but they're fake news based on things that Apple has released or rumors that people who know the inside scoop have released. So, like, they're artist renderings. They might not be perfect.
Yeah.
But, like, this is what it could look like.
Yeah.
I saw one of are they calling them 11s?
That's what everybody's
That's what everyone is.
I don't know what Apple's going to do. They're probably going to call it like XZ1, but it'll actually stand for 10
plus
Zeta,
1.
Zeta 1. Like, who knows?
10 Zeta.
Their name means 10.
Someone posted a side-by-side of the 11R which is just 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Next to a picture of Pikachu. Because it has the 2 cameras were the eyes, the flash was the mouth, and then it has this little microphone which looked like a little like beauty mark mole. And the tweet just said, "Someone please color this yellow."
That is hilarious.
But I was like, oh yeah, that's totally Pikachu. And then the comments below that were just a million GIFs of things that looked like this phone now.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was perfect, like it was just symmetrical. It looked like a face.
Yeah, if the new phones come out the way that everybody's saying they're going to look, I think they're going to take all of about 3 weeks for everybody to get used to, and then it'll be the norm.
Sure.
That's just how it always is, but there's always going to be those 3 weeks that people are like, these things are the ugliest things ever. Right. Why is there a giant square on the back of it with 3 or 2 dots? Yeah, exactly, the notch.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets used to it.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to hear.
The 3 cameras does look weird.
Very weird.
But it's only because I've never seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
When 2 came out, though, I thought, oh, that's pretty normal. But it also came out like you always saw it on a black phone. Mm-hmm. The cameras are black. Mm-hmm. They were in kind of one oval, where these are all like their own individual dot.
Yeah.
So that kind
of
looks
weird. And they're kind of 2 on top of each other and one kind of offset.
Yeah.
A little bit, so it does look
it's a triangle.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you do want it all shoved up in the corner as much as possible, rather than just like having a line of camera lenses down the side of your phone. But anyway, I wanted to thank you for that, because we do have a tech podcast, and I want to at least seem like I'm talking somewhat knowledgeably, and I'm just like, hey Mike, look at this. Neat.
Well, that just goes to show you like how dangerous all these like
these rumors are.
Because people will just believe them because it's like that looked legit.
Oh yeah.
The picture that you sent me looked like it was something from Apple.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? Maybe it could have been.
Maybe it was.
Maybe somebody stole some marketing stuff.
Who knows?
But
yeah,
people are getting really good at mock-ups.
Yep.
And there's a podcaster that I watch who does rumors, and he has a guy who does like the CGI graphics, like of the phones moving and all that stuff, and it looks real.
Right.
Like okay, I could buy that. That's the next phone.
Right.
Like you couldn't tell. Like if he stripped all that stuff out and said, "Here's the new iPhone," I bet you get a million hits of people believing it. There'd be like another million that was like, "No, that's not real. It's not real." But then people would be like, "Yeah, those are real."
Right.
Because they look real. It's not like they're super fake. Not like he tried to sell you like a Nokia.
Yeah. Well, here's some crazy tech for you. For whatever reason, I've gotten excited about Endgame, though I've not seen any of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And so, over last weekend, I saw that Thor Ragnarok was on Netflix.
Oh, I did see that was on there.
And
is it any good?
I was like, you know what? I haven't seen any of these movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously know that Thor is the god of thunder, but like, this is not even the first Thor movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it's somewhere in the 20 that you need to see before you see Endgame.
You're like me. Whatever. That one looks good.
But yeah, it looked good, and so I pulled it up, and I'll tell you what, the way they started the movie, he kind of gave a monologue of like how he got to the point he was right there.
Yeah. And
then they just picked up the movie. And I was like, okay, this all makes sense. I followed right along, had no issues, right? And so I watched it. These are all long, too. Like, I think Thor had like a 2:20 runtime.
Whoa.
And I ended up also watching last week Infinity War.
Okay.
And that one was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They've got nanotechnology for the Iron Man suit, which I know that's not how it's been the whole series.
Yeah.
But, like, he's got nanotechnology for his Iron Man suit, and he's using a flip phone. What's he doing?
Is he really?
Yes, he uses a flip phone.
Oh.
Like, with a pixelated black and white matrix screen.
Okay, I gotta see this now. That's crazy.
And so
I wonder if there's a specific reason.
I'm sure that there is. Somewhere.
Like maybe he's like, I don't want to be connected.
I don't trust anything else.
So I'm going to do this old analog phone.
Yeah. But it's totally a flip phone.
So he's got a nanotechnology suit and a flip phone. Nice.
Yeah. And while I was car shopping, that is crazy tech. While I was car shopping this weekend, we saw we were looking at Hyundais, and the Hyundai Kona is a small SUV, really small SUV. But they have a Marvel Ironman edition. Yeah. It's sick, dude. Yeah. They had one in store. They had already sold one.
So it's Marvel Ironman?
Marvel Ironman.
Ironman, like
it's got a
triathlete.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so on the hood scoop, it says Marvel.
Oh, really?
The whole thing is like matte gray. Yeah. Which is beautiful. And then it has like these dark maroon accents. The dash is signed Tony Stark.
Oh my gosh.
The seats are leather, and on the back of the seats it says like Stark Industries. Yeah. There's the Iron Man helmet logo like emblem on the side of the doors and on the wheels, and it's totally ridiculous, and I also love it all at the same time.
That just shows you how big that stuff is.
Yeah.
Well, was it Nissan? The Rogue had the Stormtrooper edition.
Yeah.
Whenever the movie Star Wars Rogue Wars or whatever it was came out. Yeah. That stuff sells cars now. Yeah. People are spending like $30,000 because of the superhero.
Well, yeah. The Kona was quite marked up to get to the Iron Man edition.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what was its price?
I'll look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but like get into the Kona is $19,900. Okay. At the far low end.
So was it over 30? Yeah. So I'm assuming that there's a model below this.
Yeah, there's a SE and SEL limited premium whatever. Yeah. There's like 5 or 6. This one being the 5th or 6th, like the highest end. Oh, here's a picture of it.
Oh yeah, that is like a matte, isn't that?
Yeah, that's super matte.
That's pretty wild.
It's gorgeous. That gray is. I would love to get. Okay, this says MSRP from $30,550. Okay,
so it's like $10,000 from the higher than the lowest model.
Yeah, which is about. I mean, you're going to get $10,000 to $15,000 worth of play from low end to high end of any car. Yeah. But yeah, if I could get a car just in that matte gray,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'd be sold.
I had heard that those matte cars back when they first coming out with them, like some of them you couldn't run through like car washes and all kinds of stuff. But I imagine the new ones you can. I would imagine. Sure. I can't imagine. Is that Hyundai?
Hyundai.
I can't imagine that they would come out with a car that you can't put through a car wash. That would be crazy.
You wouldn't think, yeah. This beat is automatic, hypnotic, supersonic, crazy tech.
I like that was
super short today.
That was good. That was good.
Missy Elliott.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that, but yeah, that was a good one.
Rocket, don't stop it. Everybody get on the phone. We about to get it on. Let me see you 1-2-step. I love when you 1-2-step.
That was good.
I was trying to think this past week, like, you know, I'm the finance guy on our tech podcast, but I don't typically ever get a chance to talk much finance. But there's this app out there called Robinhood. And what it is it's a place for people to buy stocks and bonds and now cryptos and options trading even. Ooh. But they don't charge for the transaction. So E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, most of the companies that you see when you're watching golf, all of them charge like $6.95 per trade. And so if you buy Apple for $100 and you buy one single stock, which I don't even know if you can do that on those platforms. Yeah. But of your $100, you're actually spending $110. Oh, okay. And so now you've really invested $110 in that Apple stock, right? Yeah. So when you sell, you need to at least make $10 $7. But to make math easy,
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with 10.
Okay.
So now to sell, you need to at least make $10 to make profit, right?
Yeah.
But really, you need to make 20 because you're going to get charged when you sell it too. Another.
Gotcha.
Transaction fee. And you're typically not buying one at a time. But on Robinhood, you can. And since you're not being charged, you can feel comfortable to only invest, $20 for one stock.
I wonder how they do. How do
so
they do that?
They do make money on. Are you familiar with what a margin account is?
A margin account?
Yeah.
No.
So you can use your credit to borrow money to buy stocks, and then they charge you interest on that money that you have borrowed.
Okay.
So if you have a really good feeling about whatever, you can borrow $1,000 and buy 10 shares of whatever, and when it goes up, you sell it and you pay back your margin account.
Okay.
And then you keep the profits.
Okay.
And that's sort of a way it's supposed to be a way for small time investors to still make big time deals.
Yeah.
It's also a really good way to lose a lot of money really quickly.
Ooh.
Because if you've borrowed money to invest and then your investment goes bust,
you're out money.
You're out money, right?
Yeah.
And you still end up having to pay it back somehow. So it's a scary thing, but if you had equity in your house and you could get $1,000 easily if you needed to, but you didn't want to pull out an equity loan on your house, this is a way that you can invest the money that you've got sitting tied up in your house asset. Okay. You could do it through this margin account or something. Yeah. So they earn money on the margin accounts. They also earn somehow they earn interest on the cash that you just have sitting uninvested. So when you open a brokerage account, you put money in it, but until you actually buy a stock, there's just cash sitting there. And so they have a way of earning some interest daily on the amount of cash that they just have on hand. Yeah. And so that's how they earn that's how they are earning money. But it's pretty cool. I've used it for 3 or 4 years, just doing kind of small piddly stuff. This is not the way that I invest, but it is a way that I play around some.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Because so you can do really small investments with it. Yeah. And basically see if it's something that you want to do, or if you just don't have a lot of money that you want to invest, like you don't want to drop $2,000 on one stock,
right? Because a lot of times,
you know what, I just want to get one or two.
Right. A lot of times you are limited with either with a financial advisor or some brokerages, like you have to buy 100 shares at a time. And I don't know about you, but there's not a lot of shares that I can buy 100 of at any time.
Yeah, that gets to be very expensive, especially when you're talking about some of the stocks that are out there, like Apple. Yeah. It's like $200 a share. Right. You're probably not going to be buying 100 of them. Yeah. Maybe 1, 2. Right. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So for my crazy tech, there is an app out there that you can get for your Apple Watch that lets you run HomeKit scenes. So, I'm into smart home stuff, and a HomeKit scene would be something that I would run to, say, turn off all my backyard lights, or turn on all my outdoor lights, or turn on my bedroom light with my fan. Like that scene could be ran. And there's not really a super good interface for it. Apple has the HomeKit app on their phone. On the watch, but it's okay. It's not the best. But there's an app out there. It's been out there for a little while, but it's called Home Run. And basically, it lets you make HomeKit complications. So on your watch.
Do you remember from college Homestar Runner?
No.
Okay. E-Bombs World?
No.
Gosh, you're only 3 years older than me, but there's like this gap of what, anyway. The Shifty 5
Yeah.
came from E-Bomb's World.
Oh, did it really?
And there was this like other website called Homestar Runner. And anyway, there was this little character and he had a speech impediment, but he was like, I'm Homestar Runner and this is HomestarRunner.com. So when you said home run,
That's
what popped into my head. And so I had a big goofy smile on my face, which made you stop talking because you saw my big goofy smile. So
the way your mind works.
Continue, please.
I'm surprised it wasn't a song that popped in your head. Although that probably happened. So this company, or this app, Home Run, basically for your watch allows you to make HomeKit complications, which on your watch a complication is like a widget. So they're called complications because that's what they are called on watches, I guess. Like the
complicated.
The circular thing with the, like on normal watches, like you have little circles inside that show you the date and the days. Those are those are called complications.
Oh, okay.
So when you look at an Apple Watch and you see like widgets or whatever, those are called complications. So with this,
interesting.
With this app, you can basically have HomeKit complications show up on your watch, and they can change based on the time of day.
Oh.
So, for instance, if every morning you run a complication to, I don't know, turn off lights or turn on a light or whatever, turn off a fan, that complication can show up on your watch at that time of day. But let's say you go home for lunch and you run some other complication to, I don't know, close your blinds if you have smart blinds, or do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You can run that complication would be there on your watch at that particular time. So it's not like you're having to go into a screen and you've got one complication that's going to do the thing that's going to do the morning routine, and then you have to have another that does the afternoon routine. It can basically
it'll just cycle through like what's normal for you throughout the day.
Yep.
So if you, I don't know if this is a thing, but like if you stopped at Starbucks every morning and you used your watch to pay Starbucks, like Starbucks might pop up at 7:30.
If you had like some sort of like complication with that, that wouldn't be one.
This is more smart home stuff.
Yeah. So like you might have a complication that says good morning, or a HomeKit scene that says good morning, and it opens up your garage and starts your coffee maker and all this stuff that you're wanting to do. That would appear in the morning. Then you have one in the afternoon as you're pulling up that says lunchtime, and it opens up your garage for you and starts your toaster oven. I don't know, whatever.
Your panini press.
Yeah, whatever you've got that's HomeKit compatible. And then at night, a new one pops up. So you're not having to change out those complications every single time. Yeah, so it's a dynamic complication, which is something that really you don't ever really see. I mean, you see this stuff with some things like the weather complication. It'll change temperature and stuff, obviously. But you don't see that with a lot of the apps out there, because unfortunately there's not a lot of companies that make them, just because most Apple apps are really good, and most most third-party apps aren't all that good.
Yeah.
But that's just because of the limitations that Apple's been putting on it. So with this app, you can essentially just have all of your HomeKit scenes at the time that you actually need them, and they'll dynamically change, which is pretty neat. I mean, it is $2.99, so you do have to pay for it, but in the big scheme of things, how long it takes developers to develop something, and if you are using HomeKit scenes a lot and you want to not have to go in and search for them on your watch, this is a pretty good app to go for. I would check it out if I were you, if that's the thing that you're into.
Well, it's not a thing that I'm into, and I don't have an Apple Watch.
Yes.
But it sounds cool.
One day.
And I can see the...
Maybe you will.
I can see the benefit of it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, you might have your Apple glasses, your Apple Watch, your Apple...
Nano suit.
Your
My Apple Nano suit.
Your Apple Nano suit that actually looks like a painter's outfit.
Oh, yeah. Man. That guy was brave and out on the edge of fashion, apparently, and we just missed the boat.
We missed the boat big time because all my Apple Podcast apps that I listen to were like, did you see his outfit? That was awesome.
Liddy.
I was like, whoa, I must not live in the right place in the United States to think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But anyways, that's mine. Home run. Sounds pretty cool.
Home run.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for us, Chad. What do you think?
I think that's good.
Yeah. So this is our first time in the new area.
In the dungeon.
We'll have to see how the recording turns out. Yeah. It's probably a little quieter, but there's also maybe some echo.
There's also some echo. There's no church bells. I was going to say there's no crazy people walking by, but there still are.
There are crazy people.
What there isn't is sun.
Yes, it is temperature controlled in this room.
Climate control is wonderful.
It's weird.
You know what else there isn't, which we never actually dealt with this, but there's no rain.
That's right.
If it had ever rained, we would have been...
It would have been like white noise. We would have put people to sleep even faster.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. One of my ASMR people the other night did a video during a rainstorm, and I was out. I went to sleep so fast. I was like, this is the best. And
just like white noise.
They apologized for it while they were recording, and I was like, no, just...
We're really sorry. Or did they talk like normal and startle you?
Scared the bejesus out of me. Speaking of rain, we've been getting a lot lately.
Yeah.
My grass has been growing a lot lately.
Yeah.
But also because of the rain, it's been hard to find time to mow, right? Mm-hmm. So I mowed the other day.
Yeah.
Grass was pretty tall, right?
Yeah.
Second time mowing with the new mower.
Yeah.
Still made it through the whole yard with one charge. My mower only kicked up to the higher gear one time.
Nice.
Which is crazy. And I was in some thick stuff.
Yeah.
But like the back part of my yard, the part that never got dug out and resodded when they built my house.
Yeah.
Like the part that's native grass is so thick.
Yeah.
And grows fast.
Right.
And my old mower, always had such a hard time back there. It's close to the fence. It gets shaded in the evening. Like it's perfect for growth.
Right.
And one time it kicked up to the higher gear, but not in that same spot every time I went back and forth. Like it was just that one time, and I was like, this is awesome. But it did go under, it went to 25%. Yeah. So it's got 4 lights, and when the fourth light goes off, it's less than 25%. So the fourth light was the only one left on. Mm-hmm. But I still probably had
wet, tall grass.
Wet, tall grass.
And it's still one battery tore through it.
And I am using the snot out of the self-propelled feature.
Nice.
So
I'm going to have to check that out sometime.
Yeah.
It
was nice.
I mowed.
Yeah.
And got my mower stuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apparently,
whenever I see water in this part of the yard,
you should just stop.
I should not go through it. I was like, I can make it.
Turn around. Don't drown.
That's exactly. I should have followed those rules, but so thought I could make it full throttle. Turns out I went about a foot into the ground. So luckily it's in a part of my property that no one goes on.
Sure,
but I was like, oh.
Was it no? Because that's in your trail system. I was going to ask if it was down by that spring.
It kind of, but it's in the front part of the front field. So that was fun. Got that. So my mower didn't do so well in the wet grass.
Well, this has been Lunchtime Mower Talk.
Yes.
No, I did. I wanted to give that up. I'm still super pumped about it. It's still new and fun and exciting to go mow and all that kind of stuff.
Electric mowers.
Yeah.
Ryobi has a 0 turnout now.
Do they?
Yes. And Gravely is actually coming out with one too, which is
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
I've always said gravelly.
Oh, really?
Like gravel?
Maybe that's
with
right.
With a Y? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Gravely kind of sounds like bravely.
Sounds like gravy.
Ooh.
But anyways, so maybe my next purchase, my next mower purchase might be an electric mower after all, if all these brands are coming out with them.
Yeah. Little 18 volt.
Little 18 takes double A's.
Takes double A's.
Well, anyways, I think that's probably it for the day.
All right. Thanks for spending your lunch with us.
Where can they find us?
Oh.
We almost forgot.
Thanks for spending your lunch with us. And now, why don't you head on over to LunchTimeTechTalk.com, browse show notes, and see previous. I was going to say issues, but that would be like if we were a magazine.
Yeah.
You can see previous episodes.
Yeah.
You can also head over to Patreon, and you can find us on YouTube and all over the internet. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Lunchtime Tech Talk. You can find us on Twitter at Lunchtime Tech T1. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MSU Mac. It's MSUMACC. Mike, where you at?
I am at Twitter at run_bike_Mike. I am on Instagram at runbikemike and on YouTube at runbikemike.
Yeah, check out the turkey fight.
Yeah, turkey fight is fun.
It's pretty fun. You got good music on it too.
Oh, that was hilarious. I was trying to find some epic music. I think I got it.
I wished, while I was watching it, at one point I had wished it had been like the Benny whatever music, like da 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 da.
Did you like the little emoji turkeys that were popping
Yes.
up? That was fun. That was my fun spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it.
Bye.
See ya.